Hi everybody, I'm Caroline. I'm the maker behind Wing Flight Jewelry, and this is take number 3 for my attempt to show you what I'm working on for my Valentine's Day polymer clay earrings. Positioning the camera from my face to my work surface is proving very difficult tonight, so I'll see if I can do it this time around. So here goes. Okie dokie, and then we go down, and then sideways. Ha-ha! Third time's the charm. Excellent. Okay, so here's my first clay design, and I already made one. I wanted to see what it would look like. Let's see if I can get it off my bead mat. There we go. It did not look like it cut all the way through. Oh, there we go. Just needs a little bit of coaxing. There we go. So I didn't know if you could hear any of that. I don't know why it's telling me my sound is continuously. I don't know why it's telling me my sound is turning off. Apologies there if you didn't hear any of that. This is my first earring. This is what I'm thinking. And maybe having just this. Maybe having this be potentially a post earring. I don't know how that would look. But this I think would be fun as a dangle. Putting a hole here. And then I want to add some, I want to add some gilding paint to what they look like. I'll take one out of the bag. To the piece when it's baked, to have it, have the raised areas be a gold color. And this does look liquid, but you shake it up and then you add it, and it's basically like an alcohol-based paint, from what I understand. So I figured I would just walk through making maybe a second earring to make the pair. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to push the camera up. Okay, can you? Yeah. Okay, I wonder if I can put the clay in, hold the ring light, and show you this is my pasta machine. I've had this device for this little piece of machinery for about 10 years, and it's lasted all that long, and it works great, and it has a little clamp that clamps to my desk so I can unclamp it and put it away if I need to. And yeah, technically you could use this for to roll out pasta, but of course I don't use it for that. I use it for clay. So and yeah, so here we go. I have this, I don't know how well it will show up on camera. It's red and it has sparkles in it. I had just some plain red in this color, but I like the extra sparkles, more fun. So I'm going to cut myself a piece. Oh, and while I'm cutting, you can see my dog Bella sleeping there. While I'm cutting this piece of clay. So yeah, I haven't, this is one of the first times I've pulled out my clay machine in quite a while. So, okay. So first, what I like to do is just squash it with my hand or hands for a moment. And then I'm going to stick it in the pasta machine and just start rolling it. And it's going to roll out the bottom. And this is what it looks like. And if you see there's some like jagged edges, I like to fold those edges in and keep rolling it until I'm not really getting those jagged edges. That seems to be a good amount for when it's conditioned. You do need to condition polymer clay. That means rolling it about, squashing it, using a pasta machine, using a roller. This is an acrylic roller I have. Something to basically get the particles in the clay moving around. Otherwise, it's, you're going to make a project and then it most likely will crack after you bake it, or while you bake it, or break after you bake it. So it's very important to condition it. You don't have to have a pasta machine, but I find it extremely helpful if for no other reason than to get sheets of clay at a particular thickness. Whoops, wrong direction. There we go. So that looks pretty good. I don't know if this is going to be big enough. Nope. It's definitely not big enough. All right, I have to do this second piece because this piece is not big enough. But actually, change of plans. I'm not going to make that second earring. I'm going to make a different earring. So I just used with that first design here, if it will focus, I used this Tim Holtz stencil, and I just centered it around one of these designs here, and then pushed it on the clay and rolled my roller over it. So I'm going to try I don't actually want to use this. I'm going to use this clay cutter, just a plain heart, as well as this from createalong.com called Byzantine Beauty. And I'm going to try the flower design here. And I want a different color. I don't want this red. Well, I guess I could use this red. Oh, I just realized now, this was the red I wanted to use with this design. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. And the one thing you can do with polymer clay before you bake it, if you don't like it, roll it up into a ball and start over. You can start again as many times as you need to. That's one of the things I love about clay. So I might do that with this. I don't know yet. But for this one that I just rolled out, I'm going to see if I can use this stencil. I'm going to move my design out of the way. Oh, and I also used these cutters for that first design. These are also from Create Along. They came in this adorable little package, Heart's Desire. And that's actually where the heart came from. So, okay, let's move these out of the way. Move this down here. I could use a baby wipe or something, but I just use my finger because you know what? It's the same color and it doesn't really matter because I'm not mixing colors. So if my hands get dirty with that same color, it's fine. Okay. So I'm going to kind of center it over one of these flowers. Best of my ability, like that. I'm just going to give it a little tap. And then I'm going to take my roller and I'm just going to roll that stencil right into the clay. I want to get it nicely in there. And then hopefully when I lift this up, it's going to leave a raised design. Let's find out. Cool. A little scraggly, but that's okay. All right. Then you can pretty much just gently do this and get most of the clay off of your stencil. I might just do a very light scrub of just some water in a bucket to remove the rest of that clay. But, okay. So here's this design. This is not nearly as deep as that one. That's one thing I've noticed. But that's okay. I'm going to see what happens if I try to see where my flower is here. I think I want to go that way. I don't know how well you can see that. Cut. Pull away the edges. And then this scrap I can just roll up and reuse. Ooh, took off the bottom. That wasn't overly awesome, but that does not really look like a flower to me. I don't know if I'm going to use this stencil because it doesn't really make a very good impression this way. It might work if I just pushed it on the clay and then adhered it to the clay basically, and then added like chalk pastels or something, but that doesn't really work very well in my opinion. So I'm going to try this other heart. I'm just going to roll this up. Grab this extra. I'll grab all of this. I don't need all the scrappy bits. And I mean, honestly, obviously you can, if you've put in mica powders or paints, you can still ball up the clay and squash it together, but you will most likely, depending on what you've used and how much of it you've used, you might get a different color. So just be aware of that. Okay. All right, I'm just going to roll this through the pasta machine one more time. Okie dokie. Here we go. And let's see. I'm going to try this one. I don't know if this is going to work overly well either, because this is also create along. It's literally heart. We'll find out. All right. Just going to tap it down, and then I'm going to give it a little roll. Okay. And now we're going to lift up. That's very, very faint, but it did show up to some degree there on this side. And then if I cut out center that, cut down, show you what that looks like. That cut more cleanly. It's nice. That's what that looks like. I was actually thinking of doing the hearts in these hearts in hot pink. So I think I will do one more. So I definitely like this stencil. I think it would look even more nifty in this darker color. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but it's a darker red, like almost like a wine red. Actually though, yeah, these are different shades. This is more of a like a brick red. This is more of like a darker red. So if I'm gonna clean off my roller. This is a nice thing about using one color of clay. You can just clean off everything you have with that clay because you're going to be using it anyways. So, okay, put this through the roller one more time. All right. Okay, I'm going to try out this stencil again. Okay. I'm going to do it this way. Oops. Make sure you get it. Okay. I'm just going to do another roll. Okie dokie. Ooh, sorry. That was very loud. Okay. Pull up. Okay. I didn't push enough in the top, but that is okay. I am going to see what a heart looks like in this design. I think I might go I'm gonna go this way again. Okie dokie. Let's see what this looks like. You can always go around and smooth the edges. That's really cute. Very different. I like it. The bottom little design there makes me think of a mushroom. So, okay. So yeah, what do you think of this design as an earring statement? Definitely bigger statement piece. I could also potentially turn that into a pendant, but right now I'm focused on earrings. And this could also be a post earring. That's relatively small, maybe. I'm not sure if a heart would work as a post. Might try it out. And then here we have little earrings. They can go this way. They could also hang sideways, but I think I like it like that. Although I don't really want to put, maybe I will do it sideways because I don't really want to put a hole right in the middle of that design. I like it. And then here were the other hearts we had. Just don't think this stencil works very well for this type of technique. I think it would look very cool if you just put it on the clay and then, like I said, use chalk pastels or mica powders or something on it. So, I might still use this stencil with gilding paint, maybe. I don't know how well it would work because these designs are only so very slightly raised. So, but yeah, I think this design would work really well as a trinket dish. Little tiny dish for like rings or even earrings for that matter. So anyways, I will attempt to turn the camera back around and say goodbye. Yay, that worked. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, that's where I'm at. Let me know what you think of these designs. I was planning on making one design, but I don't know, I might make two. Yeah, so let me know what you think. And yeah, so I will continue working on this, and I will maybe do a progress video tomorrow, maybe with my finished bracelet, show that off. We'll see what I get accomplished tomorrow. So at any rate, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.